Two-man game, TMG, get the news fast, AMG, game of two boxes. Name two boxers that hit as hard as this. Yeah, we're cutting to the truth, no there ain't no narrative. Eyes up on the cup this year, hear the stadium erupt this year. For my team, TMG.
Welcome to episode 104 of the Two-Man Game Podcast with myself, J.A.
Your boy Mello. TMG. Let's
go. Me and Mello, we don't miss big matchups. We're not Joel and Embiid.
See what you done there?
Yeah.
You ducking the smoke.
We ducked the smoke yesterday. Who knows? It's been a big sporting week. Okay, I'll just say let's get into it, man. Let's get into it.
Let's get this party started.
Boxing aficionado. Who is the youngest person to hold a heavyweight belt?
Matt Tyson.
And who is the oldest?
George Foreman.
Oh, he knows his stuff. Who's the youngest person ever to hold a belt?
Youngest person ever to hold a belt. Is he Wilfred Benitez?
I believe it is.
Where do you see this stuff from?
You know what I mean? I do some my own research. I do my own research, man. I've been watching boxing. I've been very interested in boxing recently.
Oh,
you know, I'm just getting back. I'm getting into the street science. Sat down and watched a Coley versus Light. That was awful, bro. That's just awful boxing. Awful boxing.
Who have you been watching then?
I watched Benavidez. To be fair, it was a good fight. Plant really tried. He had a good he had a good tactic, but it didn't work for him. It didn't sustain it. He couldn't sustain it. He got
worn down by the pressure.
Got worn down, but you know, it is what it is. Yeah, but I've been interested. I've been doing my own research. Obviously, I listened to Eddie Hearn with Simon Jordan, which was very interesting. Then I was wanting to learn a bit about Okolie because I know that Hearn and Okolie have a little bit of friction. Then Okolie's fight was an awful spectacle for boxing. I think he said he's going to fight again, but the cruiserweight division it's not very strong, is it? It's what would you say? It's a pass by. It's not a blue ribbon event. It's you're aiming to get to heavyweight from the division. You don't really go.
It's a stopgap. It's good to get some belts, acquire some belts, get some experience, get some golds. You know, if you can win at that level and win at heavyweight, then it helps to solidify your legacy. But it's a stopgap. Really, you don't really get much respect for that division, if I'm being honest.
And that's it. And to be fair, the English fighters are doing really well in that stopgap division. And you had Tony Bellew in that division. Mm-hmm. You have like 3 English guys which are proper contenders on the world stage. They got William Smith, is he Riakpo?
Richard Riakpo.
And then you have Okolie. So you have 3 like quite good English boxers there. Not good enough for the heavyweight thing, but to be fair, British boxing, when it comes to the bigger divisions, they're probably like the predominant boxers at the moment. They're far outweigh the Americans. To be fair, who's the up and coming American? I think there's one up and coming young American. I can't remember what his name is.
Heavyweight.
Yeah, is it Anderson or something? I can't remember what.
John Anderson.
Yeah. So I think that's the. But to be fair, English boxers are there, and they have this 18-year-old that's coming through, and he looks frightening. I think it's like English Nigerian, but looking frightening. But we'll see how it is, man. Boxing. I don't know. Boxing can be interesting. It's just about getting the right fights.
At the right time.
So talking of boxing, I think we should just start with the cash cow boxing at the moment. Obviously not at his best from his recent fights. But AJ, talk to me. What do you think about this fight week? How's it going? I think it's still not sold out.
Still not?
Yeah. You take £66.
I can't say that fight, even though it's local. AJ, I mean, it's now or never, do or die. I mean, he has to win. It's a big moment for him, even though people are going to overlook Franklin. AJ, do that at your peril, because Franklin arguably beat Dylan White, and the Franklin's even in better shape. He's got a 6-pack now. He's in, this is his golden ticket. It's a superstardom. He's probably gonna earn the most money he's earned in his career. And so if he wins that fight, it propels him on the biggest stage. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, he's a tough fighter, quick hands, awkward. And so AJ's really got to come with his A game. But AJ's got the new trainer, Derek James, trainer of the year, I believe, trainer of my favorite fighter was Spence. And he also trains one of the Charlos. Also trained one of El Spence's youngins, I can't remember his name, in the lightweight division. And hopefully he can be the right trainer to take AJ to the next level.
But AJ's been in Texas. I heard he's been training in Texas. Obviously, he's changed his tactics. I've noticed that a lot of these British fighters, they're starting to get American trainers, actually.
Yeah, that's what the best trainers are.
Yeah, so it looks like a lot of them are immigrating to America to get the training because, even from when Fury kind of done it, I think Okoli's done it, and obviously AJ's done it. I'm sure more people will make the move across. In terms of AJ, it's quite low key. It's quite a low key fight week for him. It's like,
well, especially I think it's the first time in like 7 years they said he's fought, but he's not fighting for a belt.
Wow, it's quite a low key. His demeanor's kind of changed, as in he's no longer the cocky guy, the cocky confident guy. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He knows he's got to prove something, and hopefully it's a stepping stone back to get into those world title fights, because the belts are only held by 2 guys. We'll say Usyk, Fury. The only guy realistically he's gonna fight is Fury. Like, he's fought Usyk twice and he's lost. Like, a third fight with him doesn't really make sense unless AJ probably needs a couple more fights to refine his game under the new trainer and then come back to fight Usyk. But Usyk's only getting older, so I don't really see why AJ would do that anytime soon. Fury, I don't know where Fury's headspace is. Fury is a ducker, he's a diver. Can't really seem to hold him down to anything. So I don't know what that's going to go on with that. It looks like Fury's going to fight Joe Joyce. Well, I don't know why. That's an awkward customer for him, but I see Fury winning that. But what is there? Except for the big money fight is probably Wilder. But would Wilder want to take another beating? Don't see that happening. So I don't really know where AJ is. He's between a rock and a hard place, I'd say.
I mean, AJ, if he wins, this is a high risk, low reward fight, but it has to be done. I mean, because you can't really get in there with another elite opponent because his confidence is low, and he's again some chemistry and cohesion with Derek James. Understand what he wants to teach him. He says he's a very good trainer. He's pushing him to new levels, but he needs to, hopefully there's no growing pains. I need to give him a fight that can test him, but not too much of a test where there's gonna be, where he's not the favourite to win.
Okay.
And get his feet wet, letting rebuild his confidence. After this fight, I'd like to see him fight. Like I said this before, this is his first time in 7 years he hasn't fought for a belt. So he's been fighting, at least on paper, good level of opposition. At least after this, I'd like to see him fight maybe a Dylan White. And after that, then go for the likes of Wilder.
I think he used to fight a White or Dubois. Someone in the middle, yeah. In the middle. Dubois kind of like... I think Dubois kind of rebuilt his reputation, because that fight against Joyce... damaging.
Dubois still not that good. I think his last fight...
He didn't got head
before he got knocked down Bears. I mean...
He didn't have head movement.
Yeah, Dubois still... He's robotic. He the typical British heavyweight fight that the Americans are markers for. They're just... robotic, static, no real fluidity and slickness. So that's what the bar is like. I mean, she seems like a beat-up version of Frank Bruno, to be honest.
He got no head movement, man. He just dared to be hit. Jojo kept on hitting him with the jab. Maybe because he doesn't have an amateur career, it's really affecting him. He's not super solid. Like, for example, Joyce is solid. Joshua Parker. These are guys that are super, super solid. Like, for for Parker to get knocked down, I think he only got knocked down once, and it was Joyce in his recent fight. These are super solid heavyweights that don't really go down that much. Or, for example, you're not even under just that. There's the A level where you have the Fury, you have the Usyk, you have the Joshua, you have Wilder. That's the A level. Then the B level, you have White. White is just a solid B level boxer. And then from there, and you have White, and you probably have Joyce, and then it's everyone else below those in those tiers.
So Joyce is above White right now. White is.
But he's still on the same level. Like, I think they're still on the same level.
I mean, it could be, but Joyce is slightly above. I feel Joyce could. He's a nightmare for anybody. For him against Wilder would be a great fight.
That's what you don't want to. But you don't want to fight Joyce.
Yeah, he's low. He's the literally the epitome of low risk, high risk, low reward. You're not gonna get much money from fight Joyce, but you're gonna take a beat. Even if you do win, he's gonna take a piece out of you.
You think you can fight
Out
Wilder?
of flesh.
Think he'll be a good matchup against Wilder?
Yeah. The only issue with him is that he takes too much punishment.
Takes punishment.
And would he be able to walk through Wilder's punches? I mean, by the looks of it, he has a better chin than Fury, and Fury was able to sustain Wilder, but Fury is a bit more elusive, a lot more elusive. But then again...
But I think Joyce, the way Joyce fights, because he's a stand-up fighter and he's not afraid, he'll close the gap. Yeah. So he want to give Wilder time to really get off.
But then again, you saw against Hellenius, Wilder didn't have that much, a full extension on the punch, and he still knocked him out. So, I mean, maybe Wilder's power is that crazy. I don't know, maybe Hellenius wasn't really there to win. Who knows? But
it sounded like it was a build-up fight.
Yeah.
I don't know what Wilder's next fight is.
So if you fight Ruiz, but that's gone quiet. That would be a good fight.
Ruiz has been begging for Fury.
That was supposed to be the next fight, but I don't know why that's gone quiet.
Ruiz is just such an up-and-down fighter, isn't he?
I mean, he got his payday, fought AJ, and I've just been chilling.
Yeah, chilling. Lost a bit of weight, to be fair.
I don't trust him, man, because sometimes on social it looks like he's lean. Then again, the next year when he's in the ring, he still has that belly.
I don't know what he's on, but to be fair, Ruiz is a good fighter, man. Can't blame him. He's just got too fat between the two fights with Joshua, because he actually came for the second fight. He didn't come to really box Joshua, to be fair. Just came there to eat, get off, enjoy the belts, and then just had to take it away from him. Well deserved.